Greetings, greetings, greetings. I am back. I decided to just go live from home. I am preparing myself a little bit of brunch. I ran out to make sure that I had the rest of my supplies for the storm that's coming through. So nobody is surprised when I have to clean it off. But anyway, I'm going to make myself a little bit of brunch and we will continue our live discussion that I started yesterday before they began to send the storm notifications. You know, they have to send out those severe weather warnings. So I'm just making myself a scramble, I guess you would call it. I'm using the just egg patties and just a variety of vegetables and herbs. That's my favorite. So we're just going to be cutting these up while I'm talking to y'all. So yesterday what we started talking about was two things. We were talking about my new series. Okay, I'm not going to add that much hot pepper. The Black Girl's Guide to the Dark Side, which is up and live on the site. One of my good sister friends did report that she had some difficulty with the coupon. So you can try to use the coupon now, but I don't know. I haven't had a chance to look at it again since I talked to her. So there may be some difficulty with the coupon. Remember, I was saying that if you purchase 3 classes, you should get 1 for free. And I created the coupon last night. And as far as I knew, it was live and working, but she was saying that it was not. So I am going to have to look back at that, but not right at this moment. First I have to eat because I haven't eaten today. Anyway, that's available. The Black Girl's Guide to the Dark Side. I'm teaching 4 classes. The first class would have started this evening, but I'm gonna give it a little more time just because of the storm that's happening. So the first class will start Saturday. And then after that, it will be every Wednesday evening at 8:30. The first class is going to be how to use a glamour. And the glamour is just a spell that you put on over your appearance. That's the actual definition of the word glamour. So the glamour is a spell that you put on over your appearance. So it's how to use a glamour to influence people. That's the class that we were going to do tonight, but that we will be doing Saturday. So it's going to be how to use your appearance, your jewelry, your clothes, your hair, the way that you look. How can you use that to influence people and situations? That's what we're going to be talking about first in the Black Girl's Guide to the Dark Side. But yesterday what I was speaking on was our commitment to proving people wrong. As Black girls, as Black women, we be committed to proving people wrong. And this, as I was saying yesterday, falls in line with our desire not to be the villain, not to look like the bad person. And I'm going to tell you, what is actually freeing is when you let go of the need to be seen as a good girl. Let go of the need to be seen as a good girl. Let go of the need to be seen as the one who follows the rules, as the one who does what she's supposed to do, as the one who we can always count on to be there. As the one, if we can't call on anybody, we can call on her. You got to let go of your need to be that person. Because ultimately, what does that mean for you? When you are the person that everyone can call on, ultimately, what does that mean for you? How does that serve you? How does that work for you? What does that give you? What do you gain from that? When you're the person that everyone can call on, when you're the person that everyone can rely on, and when you're the person who people expect to follow the rules. Is that good for you? Does that work out for you? Does that put you in a good position? Does that make you feel loved and cared for? Because at the end of the day, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for acceptance and validation and the assurance that we are wanted and that we are needed and that we are good enough. That's what we're looking for. And so our reason for constantly having to be the good girl, our reason for constantly having to be the person that everybody can rely on and that everybody can call on, is not because that's what we want for ourselves. It's not because that's what we feel like doing. It's not because that's what we feel led to do. But it's because we believe that that's what we have to do for people to love us. Those are actions that we have to take to make ourselves worthy of love. And that simply is not true. Not only that, when you have taken those actions, have the people that you took the actions for then deemed you worthy of love? Have they? No, they haven't. Anybody who lies down and makes herself a doormat, anybody who is committed to being a doormat in the pursuit of good girlitude is going to be treated like a doormat. As a matter of fact, it's better to look at anything that you equate with being a good girl as doormat behavior. That's actually more accurate. Everything that you equate with being a good girl. I always follow the rules. I always do what is expected of me. I'm not out here causing drama. I'm not out here expecting people to take care of me. I'm not out here expecting people to take care of my children. I'm not out here expecting people to That's our mindset. And we are bragging about that. We are looking upon that as a way to be. Right? That's where good girlitude puts you. Now, when I put it in those terms, it's easy to see that it's not going to reap no good rewards for you. But just the phrase of being a good girl still sounds like something that's going to reap a reward. I want you to unpack and think about what that looks like. What does that look like for you? What does being a good girl mean? What does it entail? What are the actions included in that? Right? Because what happens, and this is why a lot of times you will get a lot of flack from the older women in your family or in your community about your actions. And men, and also male-centered women, will try to convince you that it is because older women are bitter. And as I have said in videos past, it is normal to be bitter if you have been mistreated and abused. Having a response of bitterness is a normal human response. And I do not yield to any thought that I should be acting superhuman, that I should be out here doing stuff or having responses that are outside of the normal human response. So that's the first thing. But the second thing, a lot of what is being deemed bitterness when it comes to older women is actually them trying to protect you. It's actually them trying to keep you from going down the road that they've gone down. Because what has happened is they tried to follow all of the rules. They tried to follow the narrative that is laid out for all of us. And in trying to follow that narrative, what they found was that the entire narrative was a lie. The whole narrative is a lie. None of the narrative is true. And following that narrative is not going to put you, there are no rewards to following it. Not for you. There's no rewards to following the narrative. You think if I am seen and not heard, if I sit down and do what I am told to do, these days they call it being in your feminine. They've put a new terminology to it. If I'm in my feminine, which basically means sitting down, shutting up, not expressing your true thoughts and feelings. It means not being a human being. It means sitting down and pretending to be an object when you actually have human thoughts and feelings and wants and needs. That's what being in your feminine basically means. But you are told that it's worth it for you to do that because that's what's going to get you the relationship. And in that relationship, you're going to be respected and well taken care of and adored. Have you ever seen a relationship where a woman doesn't speak up for herself, doesn't share her needs, basically lays down and sits down and shuts up, and then has her needs met? First of all, it's impossible for your needs to be met if your partner don't even know what the needs are. So that's not even possible. It's not even possible for somebody to meet your needs if you are not allowed to voice, if it's masculine, as people are saying these days, to voice your needs. If it's masculine to voice your opinions, it's impossible for somebody to know what you need, what you want, and what you like if you are not allowed to say it. So in a situation like that, it's impossible for someone to meet your needs. But not only that, you're going to slave away, you're going to do all of these things, you're going to try to be this thing, you're going to work hard to be this particular, give these particular optics and give this particular view of yourself as a woman. And at the end of the day, whoever you are with is going to treat you the way that they were going to treat you in the first place. Because your actions are not what changes somebody else's character. Your actions don't change anybody else's character. So while you are worried about proving somebody wrong, he said this about me, she said this about me, and I don't want people to think that that is true. Why? Because you want them to think you're a good girl? Good girls get ran over. Good girls are doormats. Don't clear up shit. Don't clear up shit. The people who know me know my character. So they know the shit I would do and the shit I wouldn't do. Right? The people who are trying to engage me via my business, via social media, via any other arena I find myself or put myself in, they are taking the time to get to know me. So if in taking the time to get to know me, they hear a story from someone else about me and choose to believe it, that's in divine order. That's in divine order. Because the shit that has been said about me that's not true, there's nothing in how I carry myself that makes it seem like that shit is true. So if you choose to believe it, it's in divine order for you to believe it. And that is the universe protecting me. That is the ancestors and Orisha protecting me. If people choose to believe the stories that they hear, then I needed protection from those people. Because let me tell you something, as an older woman, let me put a little bug in your ear. As an older woman who has lived 53 years, our praises, on this earth in this particular lifetime. Anybody who would believe a story that they hear about you was already looking for something bad about you not to like. I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. If they believe a story that they hear about you, it's because they were already looking for something bad about you. That's it. Those are the only people who believe stories that they hear about you. Anybody else, they gonna hear the story and they gonna say, I'm gonna take time to get to know it for myself. They gonna hear the story, they gonna say, that's bullshit. That don't sound true. They gonna hear the story and say, man, people be out here talking. People be out here saying shit. But if somebody hears a story about you and immediately says, yes, what I thought, that's what I thought, they were looking for something bad. They were already looking for a reason not to like you. So the universe gave them one. Ashe. Thank you, universe. I appreciate you. If you looking for a reason not to like me, baby, it's thousands of them floating around out there. Go on and take it and roll with it. Go on and take it and run with it. I'm going to stay right here and do what the fuck I got to do. I'm going to stay right here and be myself. I'm going to stay right here and keep on doing this thing like I've been doing this thing for the past 53 years. But if you looking for something not to like, I guarantee you going to find something. I guarantee you going to find something. So anybody believing the story, they was looking for something not to like, please send them on their way. Good riddance. Meaning you are good to be rid of them. That's what good riddance means. I'm good to be rid of them. Don't send them on their way with blessings. Don't send them no love and light. Don't be over there wishing the best for a motherfucker who wasn't wishing that for you. Don't be doing that shit. Get into your dark side. Get into your I don't give a fuck what you think. Matter of fact, think that. Matter of fact, take that idea and run with it. Over there. Over there. Stay away from around me. Since I'm so terrible, stay away from around me. Stay out my DMs, stay out my emails, keep my name out your mouth since I'm so terrible. Right? They ain't gonna keep your name out their mouth. They ain't gonna keep your name out their mouth. It's not gonna happen. But stay away from around me. I don't want to be in your presence if you think I'm terrible. Right? Do not fall into the trap of giving a fuck what other people think about you. That's a trap. You approve of you. You look at your actions and your lifestyle and your gains and losses, and you approve of them. Once you approve of them, you will not give a damn what anybody else thinks about them. You approve of yourself. You give yourself the stamp of approval. You look at yourself and say, damn, bitch, you doing that. You look at yourself and say, I'm proud of you. You look at yourself and say, bitch, you amazing. Don't worry about what other people think. Because that outside validation is never going to give you the energy and the motivation that you need to be your full self. It's not going to happen. So that's it. That's my part 2. I will put the link in the description box so that you can go and buy the 4 courses in the series, The Black Girl's Guide to the Dark Side, because this is where we're going, right? This is where I reside. This is where I stay. This is the most natural place for me as a Scorpio and as a child of Oshun. The dark side feels comfortable for me, and it has my entire life. I saw a meme that said, while the rest of y'all wanted to be the princess, I always wanted to be the witch. And that is me. While the rest of y'all wanted to be the princess, I always wanted to be the witch, right? So the Black Girl's Guide to the Dark Side is a group of classes. It is not an actual guide, as in it's not a book, it's not anything like that. It is a group of classes that I am teaching. But I will put a link in the description box so that you guys can get to it if you need it. Let me go ahead and eat. Keep us uplifted in your prayers as Earth Mother Onile does her dance through the cosmos. All right, ecstasy, abundance, and bliss to all of those within the sound of my voice that are wishing the same for me and mine. And we wish the lessons of life on those ignorant enough to wish us otherwise. Peace, y'all.